unlike many other countries, is a written constitution. This constitution declares itself to be the supreme law. Article 4.1 says that. The Federal Court has said on many occasions, now more recently as well, that what that means is everything is tested back against the constitution. If it's executive action, administrative action, legislative action, even judicial action, everything has to be tested back against the Constitution. And by testing back against the Constitution, the question would be, what does the Constitution permit? Alright? So, when you look at the constitutional structure, what do you see? You see the separation of powers. You have the executive arm or branch, you have the legislative branch, and then you have the judicial branch. The first two, operating at a federal level, we have it both at state and federation. Now, the simple principle is executive branch, either at federation or state, cannot act unless there is law empowering that action. And that's why we have so many statutes which say the minister can do this, the director general can do that, etc., etc. But what the minister or the director general can or cannot do is defined by that law. Absent that law, there is no power. So, simplistically therefore, if there is no law authorizing the government to do something, then the government can't do it. This is an important constitutional principle that we have to keep in mind. So a lot of the debate here would then take place in the context of what legislation permits. That's number one. And number two, how we understand that legislation. So what legislation permits, I think, is quite clear. The legislative parliament or the state legislative assembly will make a law. They will say, okay, this is what can be done or cannot be done. And we must remember that in a constitutional arrangement, law is meant to restrict government, not so much empower it. It's two things, but the main point is to curb intervention into our lives. It's a compact that keeps the government within the limits of power.